Good morning. Haven't done vlog style on this camera in a while. Yeah. So I was trying to think of what I wanted to do, and my mom had an idea because she was out in the backyard and she found something. Every time I open the door, the dog's like, outside? Okay, go outside. Shoo. And then she's like, but you're supposed to come with me. I'll go out there in a second. Anyway, so actually, let me go outside real quick so I can show you this. Okay, I'm coming outside, go. She can't go to the bathroom unless if somebody comes out here with her. But anyway, so out in the backyard, we have this like play set that needs to be cleaned up a little. But anyway, so the kids play out here and they bring out their toys and stuff like that. But sometimes they leave their toys, and especially like if they leave them like out here, we don't see them or know about them. So my mom was out there cleaning up or doing whatever, and she found these these Animator collection dolls that the girls had left out there, and we don't know how long they've been out there for, and they need some help. Especially Pocahontas. This poor girl, like, I think this is like the worst shape that I've ever seen a doll's hair. Like, I don't think they're like chewed up or anything like that. Sometimes, you know, like the dolls can be broken or whatever, but they don't seem to be broken. They just need a makeover. So guess what we're doing today? All right, so first things first, I'm the illest, but other than that, for this project, I wanted to get some before and after pictures. So I set these girls up and got some individual pictures of them and then pictures of them together because I'm probably going to use it for like the thumbnail and stuff like that. But anyway, so here they are, much better, well lit. This is going to be the before. All right, so first thing I got to do is I got to like completely take down their hair and everything and find out if they're damaged at all and everything that I need to do to these. But first, hey Ma, let's go get coffee.
Thank you. Okay.
Oh, and Tyler's with us. And he's 13, which means he's no longer a kid, according to the FTC and COPPA. So you can be my videos now. Yay. He's really excited about it.
Show a little enthusiasm there.
Say hi to YouTube.
Hi. Just thank you. Oh, that's good.
It's for me.
Nice.
A spoon. All right, thank you.
Have a good one, okay?
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, he gets a straw. Because he doesn't care about the turtles.
This is the plastic.
You know that meme where it's like, look, sea turtles are great and all, however.
However what?
The straws. Because everybody complains about the paper straws. I don't have an issue with them. Everybody else seems to drink their drinks really slowly.
I hate paper straws. I hate them.
So what you're saying is sea turtles are great, however...
No, I would get like a reusable straw.
Oh, there you go. That's fair. That is very fair. Okay, so this is kind of an instructional video, but not really. I'm just basically going to show you what I'm doing. So to start off, I got a couple pet brushes to help detangle the hair. I know that a lot of people use this kind of style wire brush, but their hair is really gnarly, so I got this one because it's like a detangling brush. And I actually got both of these at the Dollar Tree, so they're not super expensive. I also got some like OxyClean. It's off-brand. I don't know what brand this actually is, but this was also at the dollar store, and because it just helps with the cleaning process and getting rid of stains and stuff, since the Snow White doll has some marker on her arm, and I don't know how difficult that's going to come off. We also got some of these. These are nail brushes, I guess, like for doing nail art or whatever. This is also from the Dollar Tree store, but we're going to use these to wash the doll's face and everything, so that way we don't scrape the paint off their face. I also have some hair conditioner, and this is the brand that I use. This is one I happen to like. And then I'm also going to be using some fabric softener, and it's just literally whatever we have on hand. So we also got one of these big old tubs here, just because the dolls have like stuff in their hair and I don't want it going down the drain when we wash it out. So we're gonna get this and fill it up with hot water, and then I'm gonna use some dish soap and some of the OxiClean in it, and we'll get started on the cleaning process. So
their hair is a couple years old right now.
it is kind of, yeah, it's been there for a minute. And by a minute, I mean what he said, a couple years. But anyway, I'm gonna go get my tripod and set the camera up and everything. Let's go ahead and switch over to the voiceover.
It's really not that bad. It just needs a little shaping. To the salon!
So first thing I want to do is take off all the clothes and accessories and get the dolls ready to clean up and wash. And then let me see if I can get this stuff out of their hair. Oh, wow. There's some staining from this bow. Luckily, it's on the back side of her head, so it doesn't really matter. Look at all that stuff that came out of Pocahontas's hair. Oh my gosh. All right, so here I'm basically filling up a tub with warm water. I'm gonna add in the soap, dish soap, and the OxiClean, and I'm just gonna mix it up until all of the soap and OxiClean is dissolved into the water. I go ahead and submerge the dolls, and then my mom is going to be taking care of Snow White. I'm going to be taking care of Pocahontas. So here you can see my mom scrubbing the doll using dish soap and that little nail brush. Now it's Pocahontas's turn. She is really, really grimy. Here you can see I was a little bit more confident, a little bit more aggressive. Thing about doing these is... Oh no!
Her arm? You broke her arm?
I don't know what you're talking about. It wasn't me. Wait, I can fix it. Emergency surgery. Okay, look, it's like new. Nobody would ever know. This is why dolls need better articulation. So you don't try and force it and then it breaks. Yeah, so I broke the doll. I'll take care of that later. For now, let's focus on scrubbing her, getting all the dirt and grime off of her, so that way we can move on to the next step. So we just want to clean the clothing as well, so we're just using the existing soapy water and just basically doing the doll's laundry by hand. Now it's time for the boil wash. I boiled some water in the kettle and then added to it just like the hottest temperature on the tap that I could get. And then we add some fabric softener in the water to try and help soften the plastic hair since it's not natural fibers.
It's a net.
Oh, look, there's a hairnet in there. Okay, hold on. There's scissors right here we can cut. I forgot. She did come with a hairnet.
There's a bit of a hairnet there, no wonder.
The heat from the water should loosen up the hair a little bit and make it a little easier to detangle. Right now we're pretty much just in the detangling stage. So here you see we're using some hair conditioner and the dog brush to really brush through this hair just so we can get rid of all of the tangles and make sure that the brush can go through the hair smoothly. So the hair is starting to look nice and smooth, but like really at the ends it was really crispy still. We're gonna take care of that later. Now we're really going to boil wash. So I boiled some water on the stove and I just dunked the doll's head right into the pot. Now I had to hold the doll over the pot for about a minute for the hair to like really heat up. You don't want to set the doll down because the heat from the pot will melt the plastic. I may or may not know from experience. Not this one, but other dolls. I'm trying to be very careful to not burn myself. But basically, I just kind of go back and forth from the boiling water to the counter, using the dog brush and just detangling, brushing, pulling the hair as straight as I can while the hair is still malleable. Snow White's hair was actually pretty good, so it didn't need too much help, but we still went through the same boil washing process. Now that the hair is pretty much fully boil washed and detangled, we just pour some more boiling water over the dolls and let gravity pull the hair down so it sets a little bit more straight. Okay, so just an update after the boil wash. Their hair is definitely looking a lot better. It's definitely not perfect because her hair is like very poofy and like, you know, whatever, but at least we got most of the tangles out and it's not just like one giant dreadlock anymore. And then as far as like Snow White's hair, her hair was like really curly. We're able to get a comb through it without it being all tangled and stuff, which is nice. So the next step at this point is we're going to try and curl Snow White's hair so that way we can kind of put it back in a similar style to what she had. And I want to fully straighten Pocahontas's hair so that way it's kind of, you know, back to the way it looked when, you know, she first was bought. Kind of like how this hair is back here where it's not all like nasty or whatever. So let's see what we can do for that. Now we're gonna start styling the doll's hair. Here you can see Mama Marvelous is combing out Snow White's hair, and she's gonna start putting in curlers so we can bring some of that beautiful bouncy curl back to her hair. The curlers that we're using are actually perm rods, and we do use perm papers, or I'm not sure exactly what they're called, but just to kind of help the hair grip the curler. Since the hair is so short, it was kind of hard to roll it up. So I took over from here and just did my best and was really, really patient. Eventually, I was able to get the entire head completely covered in curlers. With the curlers in the hair, the best way to set curls is to do another boil wash. So we dip the doll's head in the boiling water, heat it up for at least 30 seconds, and then we switch it over to an ice bath. Now, what this does is the drastic change in temperature loosens up the hair fiber and then it tightens it back up again. So by doing this, you're really gonna solidify that curl. Next up, let's take a look at the clothes. For the most part, they're pretty good. There is a little bit of sun damage here, and there's a couple of loose threads, but those are really easy to take care of with a small pair of scissors. I'm just gonna snip those right off so that way the clothes look nice and clean around the edges. Pocahontas' dress looks pretty good. Let's take a look at Snow White. Here you can see the bow looks pretty good, and there's only like a couple really small threads. I'm just gonna quickly clip them off. The socks pretty much are good. We just need to fold them down so that way they have the look that they originally came with. Oh, here's an extra thread. I need to cut that off. The dress, once again, looks pretty good, but there is several loose threads around the edges. So I'm just gonna go around all of these sleeve openings and the neckline and everything and clip off all these excess threads so that way the dress looks a little cleaner. Now, it's been several days at this point, and the curls are completely dry and completely set. So we went ahead and took all of the perm rods out of Snow White's hair. She almost looks like Shirley Temple. So we want to keep the curls, but we do want them to look a little bit softer. So we went ahead and brushed out each curl individually without separating it. We decided to do a slightly different hairstyle for Snow White, so we did this kind of like half up and half down look, and I thought it looked really pretty in the end. Here I'm using some hairspray that I have. This was like the cheapest hairspray at Walmart. I just happen to have it on hand from another project, so I'm gonna go ahead and use that on Snow White's hair to try and lock in those curls. Next up is Pocahontas. She looks like a lost cause, but I'm still gonna give it a try. So I've got my hair straightener. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on, but I'm gonna turn the temperature all the way down to the lowest setting. I also have some water in a spray bottle, a detangler brush, a comb, and several hair clips. Now it feels like there's still some hair conditioner or fabric softener in her hair, and I want her hair to be wet while I straighten it anyway, so I'm gonna take her over to the sink real quick and rinse it out thoroughly. Now when straightening doll hair, you want to go really, really slow, which means you have to go row by row. Here you can see I separate a very small section. I spray it with some heat protectant spray, and I go really slowly over the hair using the flat iron. The ends look a little crispy, so I did cut off the ends just to make sure that the hair looks nice in the end. And I'm really, really happy with how this is turning out. Now, the back wasn't so bad, but now we gotta work on the front. The front of her hair, this looks crazy. I have no idea how this is gonna turn out. So I just follow the same steps. I separate a small section of the hair, and I take my time, get the hair wet, and run the straightener through it really, really slowly. Since this is polypropylene hair, it can really take the heat, but if your doll has like saran hair or something else like that, you may not want to go as slow as I am. I'm doing it because polypropylene is heat resistant. Alright, so we've cleaned the dolls, styled their hair, and got them all ready. Now it's time to lay everything out and start to assemble. Since Snow White is Mama Marvelous's doll, she's gonna be the one to go ahead and dress her. I got these really cute shoes off of eBay. I'm gonna leave a link down below to the seller if you're interested in checking out their eBay store. Instead of putting the headband on the same way it was, I decided to wrap it around her little ponytail up here. I'm glad that I decided to do this because it was a way to include her bow in a slightly different way to like really accommodate her new hairstyle. I wanted to make a necklace for Pocahontas, so I took a trip over to Joann's. I wanted to pick up some blue ribbon, and I found the perfect shade. I also needed something for the pendant, and I found these really beautiful abalone beads that were like the perfect shape and looked very similar to what it looks like in the movie. All right, so at some point, Pocahontas's other arm ended up falling off. I swear I did not break this one. I think that it just fell off or something. I'm not sure, but let's go ahead and take care of that now. I got some super glue and I decided I'm just gonna glue her arms on. She may not be able to pose anymore after this, but that's okay. I'll still be able to get her dress on her. I took some of the super glue and then just coated the end of the peg that you can see sticking out of her torso. And now I'm just gonna put the arm right back onto the peg and I'm gonna hold it there for about a minute to really let the glue dry. After gluing both of the arms, I was really surprised. Both of the arms can still move, so she's still able to be articulated and posable in her arms. I got really lucky with this one. Next up, let's make the necklace. After picking out my favorite one of these little beads, I went ahead and measured out the length that I wanted to use for the ribbon, and then cut it to size, of course. I put down some aluminum foil because I figured it would be easiest to just glue the necklace directly on the doll rather than trying to sew it or do all this other stuff. And I put the foil down so that way the necklace doesn't get glued to the doll herself. Then I glue the bead directly onto the ribbon. I held it there for about a minute and then let all of the glue dry for at least 10 minutes before moving on to the next step. It was really satisfying peeling that foil off of the necklace, by the way. Now it's time to get Pocahontas dressed and we can see the final look. Oh wait, okay, I lied. First I have to do her hair. I forgot about the footage. Anyway, so I just brushed out her hair, and because the hair kind of came out a little choppy, I decided to do these two little pigtails on either side just to kind of hide the bad haircut that I gave her. But I did one side. Let's do a magic transition to do the other side as well. There we go. And now with her hair done, it's time for the reveal. All right, it's time for the reveal, and 3, 2, 1, here they are! So they turned out so cute. I'm so happy, like, how well we were able to restore these poor dolls. So, like, just as a reminder, here's a picture of the original, like, what they looked like before we started fixing them up.
Such a sad state.
It was.
They were in desperate need.
They looked like some little homeless children that were just in need of a hot meal. Like, so anyway, but yeah. So Pocahontas looks so pretty. I'm surprised I was able to get her hair this sleek.
That took you hours to.
It was a few days.
It was. I remember one day it was all day. Well into about 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night that you were straightening. I could not believe you were still working on that.
Yeah,
but it took forever.
Because
Sorry, Chad.
I would work on one strand and I would go over and over. Well, because
it was a mess, though.
It was a mess.
It needed it.
And you need to do small portion or whatever, small amounts of hair to really get the effect or whatever. But I was determined. I did it. And I decided to put her hair in these little pigtails because when I was cutting her hair, it didn't look right afterwards. There was like chunks missing and it was weird.
It's very choppy to begin with.
It's very choppy.
I know you cut some of it off because it was so damaged, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's a really bad hack job back here.
Yeah, it's fine overall, but it's just like the way that the hair wants to lay on this side for some reason. But I hit it with these little rubber bands and it looks nice, kind of pulled behind her shoulders and everything anyway. So, and I liked her little necklace. I think that turned out great. I did the necklace before trying the dress on, and it just kind of worked out perfectly with the shape of the dress. I'm really happy with how she turned out, though.
Her hair had a bit more curl to it, but after we curled the hair, we kind of let them sit for
It was a while.
a month or two.
It's been a while since
Before we got
the
back
last
to
clips. Yeah, the last clips of me doing their hair and stuff like that was actually a few months ago.
It was before my cruise and before he got sick with COVID and
Yeah.
all that fun stuff. So, but anyway, it still looks really, really cute though.
It
She's
reminds
got a high bow up top.
I know, you know, it reminds me of Dorothy after she visits the Emerald City, like when they take her hair out of the pigtails and then do the, you know, put her hair
It's
half
all
up and everything.
Super long.
Yeah, and
Longer
it's-
than normal. Normally, her hair is pretty short.
Yeah, well, because the
Compared
original
to
one,
this.
I think the way they had her hair was the really, really tight curls, and like I'm surprised at how long her hair actually is with the curls. It's more of kind of like a beachy wave now.
Yeah.
But I don't know. And then I put these little, I didn't show it, but I put these little like clips. You can kind of see the reflection there. I did black, so it's not as noticeable, but they're just the little hair clips that you put in just to hold it out of her face because her bangs kept falling in her face.
And these little shoes are so cute.
I got those from eBay, and if I remember, I will put the store that I bought them from down below in the description because these are really cute, and they have shoes for so many different types of dolls. Like they have American Girl dolls and the Disney Animator collection dolls and stuff because they're all different sizes, and they're super cute.
And
They're
they have
like
actual working
the little buckles.
We had to unbuckle them in order to put them on her feet.
Yeah. But
But
they're really cute, and they actually match almost exact
What color
perfect.
is her shoes? Black? Like in the movie?
Oh, in the movie? No, I think her shoes are yellow. I don't know.
I have to
I'm
go back and
thinking.
look and see.
I know.
have
I'm
no
thinking of
idea.
promotional images. I looked at the original doll, and the original doll came with plastic yellow shoes. So that's why I got yellow shoes for these ones.
They match the dress.
They do. I'm surprised. I'm so happy
Otherwise.
that they're almost the exact color of her skirt.
And I like her little dreamy eyes looking.
These are really cute. I'm not sure what we're gonna do with them. We've got them all fixed up and everything. We're not letting the kids play with them.
They're all dressed up and nowhere to go.
I know. I'm also really surprised that her arms still work. After super gluing them on, I did it just right so that I guess there's like on the inside of the shoulder, there's a little
Ball.
it's a socket. Like there was a peg coming out of the arm. That would be the ball, and then the socket, there's an extra joint on the inside that moves. And I guess when I glued it, it just glued the peg to that part that moves because now they're able to do this, and I can't
Don't do
pull
that too much.
I know I can't pull her arms off anymore, luckily, and I'm moving her arms around and she's still posable. So, you know what? I'm happy. So, and don't let me near that one because her arms will be next.
I know. It's like I'm gently moving them just to see.
Although I know how to fix it now if that does happen. Anyway,
Cute.
so yeah, this was our fun doll fixing up, restyling. Restoration. That's the word. the doll restoration video for these two Disney Store Animator Collector Toddler dolls. I hope you enjoyed watching. I have no idea how long this video is because I'm gonna do like a voiceover and stuff like that, but I had a lot of fun. As long as it took us to do this, I had a lot of fun doing this.
And let me tell you, curling doll's hair is way harder than I thought it would be. I had a difficult time with that.
Yeah, with all the boil washing.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna get going for right now. We gotta find a place to display these or I don't know what we're gonna do with these for now. But thank you so much for watching. Let you know, what? Let us know. Here's the thing. I say the same thing at the end of every video and like it just becomes muscle memory. I don't know what happened there. It's hot. And
It's like, I was going to look it up because I don't know the conversion. It's like 106 degrees Fahrenheit.
It's 108 at the moment.
108. What is that in Celsius?
So it's 42 degrees right now.
42 degrees Celsius, for those of you that know what that means.
And then yeah,
It's hot.
108 degrees Fahrenheit. It is hot right now, and it's not
here,
just hot,
but out.
I would say it's not just hot outside, but it's also hot in here as well.
Warmer. Yeah.
Partially because I got all the lights and stuff and everything, but because I've just got like all the walls exposed to the outside. It's just so hot today. Anyway, all right. We're gonna get going. Let us know what you thought of these dolls and the transformations down below in the comment section. And
Bye.
bye. We hope we see you next time. Bye. Woo! All right.
I watched too many of your videos.
I know. If you like this video, you can let me know by hitting thumbs up. You can check out some of my other videos by clicking one of the links on the screen. I post new videos every week, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified every time I upload. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next video.